Hello, how are you guys? I'm sorry that this video did not go up last week, but it's here now. We're going to be doing the Decade Project Pan update. Let's get on to the project. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I recommend that you check out my no-buy video and my Project Pan introduction for this project, as well as my skincare Project Pan if you're interested in that. I'm doing a couple of year-long projects. This one is not rolling. I've taken 10 products and one bonus product that are completely new to see how much of them I can use up by the end of the year. And I'm a baby panner, so I'm trying to be modest in what I can do. These are mostly products that I can probably use year-round. Maybe not the foundation, but I'll explain to you how I'm getting away with using it now, even though it's not the exact perfect shade. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first product is the Shu Uemura Super Mario Bros. Edition Block Booster, and this is a primer with SPF in it. The starting weight was 42 grams, and I've got it down to 38. I mixed this with my foundation and another foundation that's a little bit darker because this one is a tad too light and a tad too matte for my liking, but I did want to start to use it up. So I'm gonna put this down. This, by the way, is 30 ml of product. And we're on to the second item, which is the Pure 4-in-1 Bare Doll Foundation in Golden Beige. It's not very golden. I think it's a little bit light to be considered a golden shade, but anyways. And in this product, I have used a total of 1 gram. So it went from weighing in at 47 to weighing in at 46. And it has 45 ml of product, so it's quite a hefty foundation. Normally you get 1 fluid ounce or 30 ml, but yeah. So again, as I said, I've been mixing this, and I've been mixing this with the L'Oreal Freshwear, I believe, and that's how I've been getting away with using this. I tend to mix them all three with the primer, the 2 foundations, and I apply it to my face with my fingers, and I've been getting the best results that way. This is what I am wearing today, and looks pretty good. I like it. So the next product we have is the Maybelline Age Rewind, and although I see that the little pump thingy madoodad has actually gone down, and it definitely looks like there's some wear, the weight has not gone down. It is still at 24 grams. Next we have the NYX HD Finishing Powder. You can't see the progress here, but it has actually gone down in weight by 1 gram. So it was weighing in at 43, and it's now weighing 42 grams. And it says here there are 8 grams of product. So you do the math. How much the packaging weighs versus how much the product weighs right there. You can't see a dramatic difference, but it's a bit of like a mess as translucent powder is. I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to finish this in the year. If I was able to use 1 gram in a month where I only wore makeup just a bit, imagine wearing makeup consistently every day for quite a long time. As an oily skinned person, no problem. I will get through this. Next we have the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base, and this started at 23 grams and it's now down to 22. There's a total of 4 ml in this, or 0.13 fluid ounces. I tend to just dab a couple here and a couple here, little dots, and then I just kind of blend it in with the Maybelline Age Rewind and all is good. So there's that. I don't notice a substantial difference in the longevity of my eyeshadow, but I'm just happy to be using the product up. Next we have the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palette in Rosé in the Air, and this has not gone down in weight at all, although I have been using it quite a bit. So let me just explain to you guys how I've been using it. So this transition shade up here, I have filled in my brows with it before, but I tend to have to mix in another product, which I will describe later on. I sometimes take the transition up here and the transition down here, mix it on like a loose brush and use it as a bronzer and like around here. And the other thing that I like to do is, these are my 2 most used eyeshadows. This light one I wash all over my lid, and then this one I put on my like actual lid and not everywhere, not the brow bone and all of that. I will sometimes use one of the transition shades to deepen. If I'm looking for something more dramatic, I take this bronzy shade down here, which makes a really good all over one eyeshadow eye kind of look. There's 10 grams of eyeshadow in this, but the total weight, including the packaging, is 46 grams. I had to throw in a mascara in this project because even if I don't finish it up, once it hits the 3-month mark, I am getting rid of it. Basically, this is the Clinique Chubby Lash Mascara, and it has gone down in weight by 2 grams. So from 28 to 26. I don't see the ml marking on the actual tube, so I can't give you that right now. Maybe I'll write it down in the description box, but honestly. Anywho, I don't love this mascara. I am wearing it now. Obviously, I just find it's a bit chunky, and yeah, I've had to remove a lot of product from the wand before applying it because I just don't like spider lashes, so it's not my favorite. But the good news is I only have like maybe 2 months left of this, and if this dries out before the 2 months, you best believe I'm getting rid of it, so it's all good. Next we have this blush by Shu Guerlain. It's called Orange, and it's from the Choupette Karl Lagerfeld collection that they did years back. And to my surprise, this is not a powder blush as I imagined it. So I just swatched it recently and like did it on my hand, and I was like, oh wait, this is not as powdery as I thought it was. It's kind of like doubling up as like a creamy powder blush. So I think I might start trying to apply this with my fingers and see how it goes, because I know that way I can probably use much more product. I also like to put this in my crease, especially when I'm doing a look with that bronzy eyeshadow in the Wet n Wild palette, because it just kind of helps unify everything. And as you can see, it's such a pretty color. I'm really glad that I've thrown this in my project. This has not gone down in weight at all. It still weighs exactly the same, but I'm enjoying using it, so it's not the end of the world. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it by the end of the year, who knows, but I quite like it. The next product I have is this lippy from Pixie in the super cheap packaging that I despise. I don't like the packaging, and actually I'm not really a fan of the product itself. So this is the Pixie Shea Butter Lip Balm in Sweet Peach. I kept calling it Sweet Pea. I'm not really sure why in my last video, but anyways. It's a waxier formula than what I would like, and I don't find it particularly moisturizing even though it has shea butter in it. I tend to match it with a lip liner because it's a bit too peachy for me, like it's too intense. So I match it with a lip liner, and sometimes I put on a bit of a gloss on top or a lip balm on top, and it kind of helps me get through it. It hasn't gone down in weight at all, but I mean, I'm just gonna stick it out, see how far I can take this. But this has been my least favorite product in the entire project pan that I'm doing. I don't hate it, but I just definitely don't like it. Next we have the classic here from Charlotte Tilbury. It's an eye powder pencil, and I actually use this as a brow pencil, and I also use it around my eyes. I love that powdery texture that it has. You know, a lot of liners are gel liners or they're just really dry, but this one is powdery, but it actually applies very smoothly, and it works for brows because it's powdery. So I really, really like it. It hasn't gone down in weight. It still weighs 3 grams. Last but not least, my bonus product, which I'm actually glad that I included in this project because I wasn't going to. It is a setting spray by Revlon. This is their Photo Ready Prep Set Refresh setting spray, and I have used up 3 grams worth of weight. So it started at 76 and it's now at 73, and we have 56 ml was the starting weight amount. You know how some of them spray chunks rather than a mist? Well, this one really does just spray a mist. and I don't get any of those weird, you know what I'm talking about, those shiny patches that you can get from some setting sprays. Anyways, it's all been going quite well. I have not worn makeup every day, and I've used a total of 12 grams of product. So here's me challenging myself to use a little bit more than that in February. It is a shorter month, but it's a leap year, so I've got 29 days, and I can hopefully do a bigger number on this collection of products. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how your project pans are going in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!